1-inch copper pipe. If copper isn't available, steel or aluminum is just fine. Cut 3 of the 10-foot lengths in half. That will give you 6 5-foot pieces. They'll slip right into the top of the cloudbuster. Take the 4th 10-foot length and cut 6 1-foot pieces. You'll need connectors to connect the short pieces and the long pieces. You'll need 6 end caps to go on the bottom. You'll need 6 double terminated crystals to go in the end caps. You will need 6 3/4 to 1-inch piece of garden hose, a little bit of silicone glue, a ruler, a compass will be handy. You'll need 3 spacers. Don't let the spacers scare you. They can be bought pre-made and they're easy enough to cut out yourself. The bottom spacer, this particular bucket is 2 gallons. The bottom inside diameter is 8 inches. The top inside diameter is 9 inches. Cut an 8-inch circle. Set your protractor, your compass, for 2.5 inches. Inside the 8-inch circle, draw a 5-inch diameter circle. This will be the center for your 6 holes, set 60 degrees apart. Holes in the bottom spacer are 1 1/4 inch in diameter. This allows the cap at the bottom to fit in securely. The next spacer is a temporary. It's used to hold the pipes while the first layer of resin is drying. It fits very tightly here. The holes in this spacer are 1 1/8 inch. Because we're not using the end cap, the only thing passing through here will be the pipe itself. The third spacer, also 9 inches in diameter, with the holes on a 5-inch diameter circle. These all line up very nicely, keeping your pipes straight up and down. Alright, starting with the crystals at the bottom. Secure a double terminated crystal. You can use silicone glue, goop glue, pretty much any kind. Glue the crystal into the length of rubber hose. Now, glue that into the bottom of the end cap. Here we go. When it's dry, it'll be ready to be fitted in to the bottom pipe. Secure it here. Now, once you fit this in, go ahead and tape the joint. That will keep resin and metal from getting into the bottom of the tube. You can use duct tape, any kind of tape that you like, but make sure that it's secure. We have 6 1-foot pipes now, with the end caps containing the double terminated crystal glued in and attached and taped so that no resin gets inside the cavity. Metal, 4 crystals set at compass points. About 1 inch to 1.5 inches of catalyzed resin. Right. kind of get a shot down in the bucket. There we go. You want just enough resin to cover the metal so that when you put in the bottom spacer, a little bit of resin flows up through. Right about there. Now, set your pipes in. Add more metal. You may wish to tape off the top of the pipes so that you don't get any metal into the pipe when you're adding it. Add some more resin. The ratio of catalyzed resin to metal should be about 50-50. Distribute the metal. Let it settle. Set the middle spacer over the 6 pipes and work it down until it fits snugly into the bucket. Spacer over the 6 pipes and work it down until it fits snugly into the bucket. This will keep your pipes nicely aligned in the drying process. Also note that the mid spacer is cut out on the sides. That allows metal and resin to be continued to added. Then as it hardens, it can be removed. We have removed the middle spacer and applied some tape to the top of the pipes so that no metal or resin gets into it. Once again, we'll be adding another layer of resin and metal. We'll put a few extra crystals in this layer. It's a good idea to settle it down with a stick as you move along. And we can use more resin still. It's best to pour in several layers rather than all at once. The reason for this is if the temperature of the curing resin gets too high, it will distort the shape of the bucket and may even melt it and cause the resin to flow out. If you pour in all one layer, pour a very cool mixture so that it doesn't get super hot very quickly. My suggestion would be about 3 or 4 layers of pouring, allowing it to cure in between, and that will keep from distorting the shape of your bucket. And we're going to let this resin layer cure and then pour one more on top of it. Now that this layer is cured, we're going to add more metal still and fill to the top of the bucket. You can see why it was a good idea to tape the top of the pipes. Highly recommended. It's usually about this stage in the pour that if you're going to add any extras, it's a good time to. I usually add a little kyanite and a little selenite to keep the crystals nice and crisp. Some people add iron pyrite, some people add herbs, some people add stones. But for a basic cloud buster working, all you really need is metal, resin, and crystals, along with your pipes. Now it's time to put the 5-foot pieces into the pipe connectors. A little bit of sanding on the end of the pipe makes them fit into the connector much easier. And the last thing to do is to put the top spacer through the hole, the pipes through the hole of the top spacer. There we go. Set them in. Spacer down to right about this position there, and it can be glued in if need be. You can set containers of water in this space here to be charged, and after it dries it can be removed from the bucket, or you can leave it in the bucket, no difference. And this has been how to build a Don Croft Orgonite Cloud Buster. Thanks for the design, Don. To add to